So guys, today is the day I finally get to reveal to you all my new horse. So the big announcement firstly of what new discipline I'm going to be doing, and that's actually eventing. So I've wanted to event for years. I actually used to ride for a show jumper at university who owned an event horse, and that kind of got me into it because they were incredible to ride and I did a little bit of cross country with them. So I've never previously competed in eventing. I've done show jumping and I've done dressage. I've never done any competition cross country. I've only ever done ridden around a cross country course. So this is a brand new journey for me and my brand new horse, so it's very exciting. I'd just like to say a massive thank you to all of the brands and you guys for supporting me and making this happen. Ariat are actually sponsoring today's video, and without those sponsors, without those brands behind me, this would never have been, a possibility. I've always dreamed of eventing and now I have my very own horse to event on. So without further ado, I'm going to start introducing you to my new horse as we get her ready.
So my new horse is in fact a mare. She's actually a chestnut mare, and when I was looking at horses, I didn't really have a preference on gender, whether they were a gelding or a mare. I did actually get offered a stallion, which I very quickly turned down. But yeah, when we were looking, I kind of said I don't mind the gender. The age I was more specific about. They had to be between 6 and 10. I didn't want anything old. So my new horse is actually 7 years of age, but she's got very low mileage. She is a little bit green, which is what I wanted, something that I could make my own. And as for the colouring, the only thing I said, I actually wanted a dark bay, and the only thing I did say is that I did not want another grey. As much as I love Smokey and Chili, they are just a pain to keep clean, and because I will be taking this horse out competing, I do not want to have to spend absolutely hours bathing them. And actually a chestnut, I've never owned a chestnut previously, but she is the easiest horse to keep clean. She's quite clean anyway. She does like a roll, but I literally bring her up, brush her, and 5 minutes later she looks like sparkling. It's crazy to think it takes me at least half an hour to get Smokey looking half decent. So height was another criteria that I was specific on. I wanted a horse, so I wanted something above 15 hands but below 16, which is quite a small bracket. And the reason I wanted that is because I wanted something small enough that I felt really confident on, and I find anything bigger than 16 hands, I'm just not as, it's just not my type. I really like about a 15 hand horse. So my new one is actually 15-1, and I think she is the perfect height for me. She's not too much of a jump up from Smokey, but she is much bigger, so when I'm going over jumps, I feel much more confident coming into a jump that she actually has the legs to get over it. And we'll get on a bit more about her performance and what she's done under saddle later when you actually meet her. And then my last criteria really was breed. So I did not have a specific breed in mind really. I was kind of looking at a lot of Irish sports horses, but I wasn't really set on any specific breed. So my new horse is a bit of a mixture. She is actually thoroughbred crossed with KWPN. She's out of Libra K, who is an eventer. And she also has a little bit of Welsh in there. Funnily enough, a Welsh stud that I actually used to work at university. Her sire is connected to them, which was really weird when I saw the passport. But yeah, so she is a little bit of a mixture. She's got the thoroughbred in her for the speed, she's got the KWPN for the jumping, and the Welsh was a show jumper, so she's got a really nice mix. And then finally, the last two criteria, which were the big ones, were temperament and performance. So I needed a horse that was going to be able to basically do the job that I do. So go to photo shoots, go to competitions, be put in lots of different environments with lots going on, cameras following us, drones above us, what I do is very specific, and to be fair, my horses cope really well, but it's not a job every horse can do. So I wanted a very level-headed, sort of chilled horse on the ground, but also one that would pick up and take me around a cross-country course and jump good heights. And so you're kind of looking for a competition horse brain on, like, when you're riding them, but then like a chilled horse when you're on the ground. And that's not an easy thing to find, but I definitely do think I have managed to find it. So now you know my criteria for my horse, I'm quickly going to show you today's outfit and then we'll get on with actually meeting her. So the full outfit is from Ariat. I'm wearing their Trifactor Luminaire full grip breeches, and I'm also wearing the Luminaire base layer, the full zip sweatshirt and the jacket, which is perfect if, like me, you get really cold in winter but you soon heat up riding, so it's great because you can just take off any of those extra layers. Now at the moment you've all been waiting for, it's time to reveal my new horse.
So guys, this is Snip. So Snip is a 15-1 chestnut mare. Her breeding is actually thoroughbred crossed with KWPN, and she's out of Librique, who's eventing bloodlines. And she's also got a little bit of a Welsh show jumper in there as well. So I'll start telling you a bit about Snip's personality, because that is actually the reason that I knew she was the right horse for me. So when I went to go and meet Snip, she was in the field and she came straight over to me and started just saying hi. She's a very personable horse. She's got a fantastic personality, so she's so docile and really chills. Like, you can take her anywhere and she's like this. Like, this is her like 90% of the time. She's just so chill, like so incredibly chill. On the flat, she's very different on her back than she is on the flat. So in hand, she is incredibly good. She's probably one of the easiest horses we've ever had, in terms of to do anything with and to lead and to take new places. And that's what I wanted in her, because she's got to go to photo shoots and lots of cameras in her face and just lots going on. And as well, when we start eventing, that's a busy environment. So I needed a horse with the right brain. So I was immediately really, really intrigued at how chill she was. And when she first came, I actually thought she was doped, because I'm so used to Smokey, who is other end of the spectrum, absolutely, looking at everything, does everything at 100 miles an hour. And Snip was just so calm. I was like, she's like a sloth, what's going on? Now to ride her is a very different story. So she is still very level-headed, but she's definitely a lot more forward than what you would probably anticipate if you just saw her on the ground. So to jump, we can be quite fiery, can't we? She just really enjoys jumping, and she's not she doesn't do what Smokey does and run at everything 100 miles an hour, but she's definitely a lot more forward and picks up in her jumping, which is exactly what I want. If I'm going to an event, we need to jump, and we need to jump them quite big and quite quick. So I think with time she's going to be a cracking jumper. Both my instructors who have seen her have said that they really like the look of her and think that once we've built some muscle and we've got our fitness up, that she's going to be a cracking little horse. So in terms of what she's done up to now, she's not done a huge amount. She is still quite green. I think she's done some low-level show jumping and a lot of hacking. So if you look at her, you'll notice that we don't really have a top line going on at the minute. She's actually quite developed on the back end, but her front, we have not a lot of muscle going on. So we're currently working on muscling her up, doing a lot of exercises, a lot of work on that. She's also on the Premier Performance muscle strength, which I think I'm already seeing a difference. I've had her a month and we're already seeing a little bit more of a top line, aren't we, Snippy? So we're doing a lot of things to help her progress and to help her strengthen, doing raised poles, we're doing ridden work, we're doing a bit of all sorts with her. So I'm training her basically from sort of a blank page. She's got the mentality to learn, so she's a very quick learner. When she came to me, it was very obvious that the previous people who'd had her tied her head in and sort of made it look like she was going in an outline, but she wasn't like using her back, she wasn't relaxing and stretching over her back, she wasn't bringing her hind hocks underneath her, and within 2 weeks of having lessons she's already starting to understand a contact and working in an outline. She'll goes really nicely in walk and trot. Canter, we have got a lot of work to do. Canter's a bit like we're all over the place, and it is like riding an off-the-track thoroughbred at times, which of course she isn't, but that is honestly what she was like when I first got her. She was so pokey-nosed and like just legs everywhere and had no bend. So we've come a long way in a month, and I'm really glad that I've been able to document it all. So you will see very soon our training progress so far. We have a lot of big plans for Snip. So she is going to be my competition horse, she is going to be my eventer, and she's definitely got the brain for it. Like, she's very switched on with her jumping, she's very chill in new environment, she's a very quick learner. So I think training this winter is going to be phenomenal on her. So the other thing I thought I'd mention is sort of her potential. So the main reasons that I knew she was the right horse: her personality, the way she rode, and just basically her potential. So she has got a lovely jump on her. She needs to fitten up, and we need to really work on that canter before we can do the bigger jumps. But in terms of the work we've done so far, she's got a really cracking jump on her, and she's very, very honest. So one thing I said after Smokey and his lovely ability to throw me into jumps instead of going over them, because he tends to put in a lot of dirty stops, was that I did not want a horse that was likely to put in any dirty stops. Obviously every single horse is capable of doing so, but I wanted something as honest as I could. Now I have found the most honest mare that I possibly could. We've had a few jumps and a few ditches actually that she's had a look at and gone, oh, I'm not too sure about that. And the second you put your leg on, or just give her a little tap and say, come on, you know, you can do this, she literally is like, oh, okay, I can do this. So if you ride her positively, I think she would jump absolutely anything for me. We took her, when I first got her, the first arena hire we did was combine training, and I took her around a very small cross country near us. She's definitely much bolder cross country, and she really enjoyed that, and she loves water. I've never had a horse that loves water. Smokey will go through water, but she literally like loves water. So yeah, that's basically where we're at now with Snip. It's all very new, it's a new partnership, we've got lots and lots to learn together. We're ironing out a few like wrinkles. She can get quite excitable to jump, and we've had a few big old bucks, but I've also had the physio out to her because she was quite tight on her back, so I think that will have been a large part of that. But yeah, basically that's her. I'll show you a few snippets of our training up to now, and hopefully you can already see the progress we're making with her, and you will see her in a lot of videos. So let me know in the comments below if she matches what you thought she would be, if you like guessed correctly, and yeah, let me know also in the comments what videos you want to see with Snip, because it's December and because I want to do more videos this month for you guys. I thought we could do like a nice fun new horse Q&A, maybe make it a bit Christmassy themed. So ask me some questions in the comments that you'd like to know about Snip, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope she lived up to your expectations, and now we're going to go ride because it's really cold, isn't it, Snippy?
So this is from Snip's first ever arena hire, and as you can see, she was very sort of pokey nose, head up in the air. She was very like looking at everything and getting used to me, and we were sort of sorting the bits out at this stage as well. And then this is more present day, so this was taken just the other day, and as you can see, she is now accepting of the contact and learning to go in an outline, which is much more consistent and that she's much happier with. But as I say, we've done so much already from this point. This was Snip's first ever time going out and doing a little bit of jump work with me, and you can see she's like completely different now to this horse, like literally within a month. So one of the videos I've got coming up is a new training video where we take her out training locally, and you'll be able to see how much better she is going. So be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and for all of your support, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye guys.